Good morning and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We have two proof American whiskeys. This one is Henry McKenna Kentucky Straight Bourbon Sour Mash. Kentucky Straight Sour Mash Bourbon. Company was founded in 1855. No age statement. Heaven Hill brand, no website listing. You can look on the Heaven Hill website. You're not going to see this listed. You'll see the Henry McKenna white label, the 100 proof. 10-year age, but not this one. There's an essay on the back about arriving from Ireland in 1837. Henry McKenna knew he had brought something special, blah, 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 going on and on and on. All right. And about Fairfield, Kentucky, where they established the distillery. No longer in existence. It's all done at Bardstown, Kentucky. So Fairfield, Kentucky. Now, maybe somebody bought that distillery and using it today, but it's not there's no Henry McKenna company. Not really. Okay, only a name. Dickel, Cascade Hollow, Tennessee Sour Mash Whiskey. 80 proof, age 3 years. No longer produced, or like they say on the website, not in current production, which I guess means they're leaving open the possibility that they might bring it back. Okay, the McKenna, I bought this for $8.99. My friend David went to Total Wine yesterday and bought one for $9.49, 50 cents more. He said he wanted to get it. Then there's an essay on the side of this bottle. Back in 1870, George Dickel had a dream. He'd produced the smoothest Tennessee whiskey. All right, and it goes on and on. Okay, so on the side here it says age 3 years. Over here it says Cascade Hollow Distillery, Tullahoma, Tennessee, charcoal mellowed, and doesn't say chill filtered. Usually they'll say they tout that, but oh well. All right, $7.99 for this liter bottle. True story. On sale at Discount Depot. 1 liter, $7.99. Can you get bourbon? It is a type of bourbon. Tennessee whiskey is a type of bourbon, no matter what people will tell you. Can you get bourbon this cheap in reality? Not really. I did. I bought my friend David a bottle. He was like, wow, it's incredible. Well, it didn't last. 2 weeks later, Discount Depot didn't have any more. Now, if I went to Discount Depot today, would they have a big sale on something? Probably. I can't go all the time. It's a long drive over there. That's probably the furthest distance from here as far as West Bank towns, big towns, because you got to cross the Huey Long Bridge, then you got to wrap around, go down the West Bank Expressway. It's a long trek. Driving to the Superdome, that's easy usually if there's no traffic, but to Marrero's Savannah Discount and is even further. So we're talking a good, seems like it always takes 50 minutes. Total Wine to take half that time. But I'm gonna try to go back to those places like twice a year, let's say January and July. Let's start doing that pattern. There's a place in Baton Rouge called The Beverage Store, and it's a really great place, but it'd probably take me about the same amount of time to get there as it would to Marrero, although it's less miles. You're going a lot faster to get there. Okay. To get to Discount Depot is a red light. It's just always some kind of slowness. But to get to the beverage store is just like go through a few red lights, get on Interstate 10, and usually if it's not a peak commute hour, now then, yeah, Baton Rouge can be a nightmare. But if it's like a Saturday or Sunday, you'd ride right in, whip on over to US Highway 61 business route. There you are. The beverage store. Okay, I bet Henry McKenna will win again. And I'm fresh out of work. Glad I can tune in. I just purchased beer here at 6:35 a.m. in West Virginia. I almost feel the need to tell them I work nights. It's quite uncomfortable for me buying alcohol so early. I don't think you need to be uncomfortable. It's none of their business if you're buying alcohol. They're selling it, ain't they? I bought alcohol at 6 a.m. in Louisiana. Not before that, usually, because they don't allow alcohol sales in this parish between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. because they said it was due to they were having a lot of fights and stuff at night and shootings. They're just like alcohol fueled bad behavior. So they claimed that was going to help. Maybe it did. I don't know. So I went get gas one time at 5:30 in the morning, and I realized I can't buy any alcohol. Had to wait till 6. But maybe West Virginia is more like kind of look at people funny about that. In Louisiana, it's more of a, especially South Louisiana, more of an alcohol drinking area where it's not frowned on too much. And I guess Catholic area, they tend to be liberal with alcohol, not with other things, but with alcohol. Okay, I can't get this pour correct. I'm not going to keep adding. So it's pretty close. Not quite. I got to do it. Because I'll be able to feel the weight. Like that little bit of weight, it'll tip me off. And I don't want to get tipped off. I want it to be a real challenge. So it's the same color, amber, gold, same proof, 80 proof. Not the same age, though. Cascade Hollow is aged 3 years, as it states on the bottle. And Henry McKenna has no age statement, which means it's at least 4 years. And for $8.99 a bottle or $9.49 a bottle, like I said, I paid $8.99. Yeah, it's probably 4 years and no more. But I cannot definitively say that because I do not know that. Maybe it's aged 10 years. But then why would this, it's not aged 10 years. Stupid to even say that. It's not. Maybe 4 or 5. We don't know. We will never know. If Henry McKenna wins against George Dickel Cascade, I will buy a bottle of Henry McKenna. I think it's worth buying now. John and Neely said he never seen it. He didn't know where to find it. I said, well, I didn't know what to say. I mean, it's the kind of thing where you could call your local. We can't even get liquor in his town. You talk about strict laws. Where John and Neely lives in his county, liquor is illegal. They can't sell it. Beer, yeah, wine, but no liquor in the whole county. I think Mississippi, maybe they got rid of those, but they still had dry counties where you could not possess or sell any alcoholic beverages. I remember 40-something years ago going to Mississippi, and half the state had prohibition. You couldn't even possess beer, wine, or liquor. But that started dying away. Some areas like that in Texas today, I think, east, like counties, maybe in West Virginia, I don't know. Maybe in Arkansas, I don't know. I haven't done really a lot of research on it. I looked at some maps. Okay. Arkansas still has no liquor sales on Sunday in the whole state. No liquor. Whole state. Almost picked up a Flintstone vitamin smell. That could be the Dickel. This smells just like corn, vanilla, and charred oak. All right, it's straightforward. Corn, vanilla, charred. They're both sour mash, which a lot of people say that doesn't matter. It doesn't change the aroma or anything. It's just a production method. Maybe, but I noticed that when I'm drinking sour mash whiskey, they do sometimes have like sourdough bagel taste for some reason. It's not a profound taste or aspect or note, but it does seem to exist. So here we go. Yeah. I don't know what it is about Dickel. The Cascade Hollow and the number 12. I never had the 8. And never had, and I've had the Tabasco. I got that in the fridge. My friend David gave me the George Dickel Tabasco collaboration, which I think they stopped because they're not listed on the website anymore. But there's so much backstock of it. I think it's going to be on the market for years, but I just think they stopped doing it. But now the George Dickel Tabasco barrel tastes like Flintstone vitamins. No, it tastes like Tabasco sauce. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, Daniel Wells. I live in a progressive part of West Virginia. You mean a socialist part? Mainly because many people from Northern Virginia are moving here. Due to the low cost of housing. Don't worry though, I am no DC elitist. Haha. Yeah, and when you mean people from Northern Virginia are moving there, that means people from New York, in Long Island, and Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, and Maryland. They want to get out of the North, but they bring their Northern mentality to Virginia, and then Virginia becomes more of their Northern socialist mindset. It's like people leave California, let's leave Southern California. Let's go to Texas. But then they bring their thinking with them. And then they'll complain later in Texas, why are their taxes going up in this state? Why are all these regulations? Well, you brought them there because you brought your thinking. A state does not make the people make the state. So if California has a highly regulated existence, it's not because it happened out of the blue. No, the people made it. The people make the state. I see people from all over the place wearing different baseball caps here in Chicago, Northside, where I'm at. Yeah. Cubland, Cubtown, Cub area. Yes, I think my neighbors were first concerned about when they saw my Virginia license plate. A few chats with them. I believe they're okay with us now. Okay. See, West Virginia is generally a conservative state in most ways. Now, they made some mistakes. They made some mistakes around 160 years ago. But everybody makes mistakes. They made a disastrous one, but everybody makes mistakes, All right. We all pick the wrong friends sometimes. Okay. Just tastes like regular old bourbon. Some Dodgers famous, Yankees fans, even Cardinals fans. Dodgers. They got beat. All right. No, they won last night. What am I thinking? They lost Friday. They won Saturday. To me, Henry, it's like sweet sugar water, vanilla, wood, and nectar from like honeysuckle. It's fine. I like it. It really scores much higher than it should. Now, I'm doing it blind. I know what I have in the bottles. I mean, I know I'm doing Henry McKenna and I'm going against George Dickel. This I know because I opened the bottles and poured it in the glasses. I think if you gave Henry McKenna to someone and didn't tell them what it is, and you told them to guess, they would not think it was a $9 bottle. I just don't believe they would. They would think it may be a $29 bottle. Good morning, Ron. Good morning to you, John and Illy. Beer buddies. Yeah, I would like to join that. It's just scheduling issues, Those are always like a big headache. But like I'm off. I'll be available certain days this week, but then other days I won't be available, you see. So it's tricky. It's really tricky. Gruit. Did I find a Gruit from Multi Monday? No, and I wasn't buying a 6-pack of Not Your Father's Root Beer, which they claim is a Gruit. If you read the website, our beer is a Gruit. Well, actually, it says it on the 6-pack package. Fun history fact about West Virginia term redneck. It comes from West Virginia coal miners who rebelled against the coal companies who were backed by the government. They wore red handkerchiefs around their necks. Big battle called Battle of Blair Mountain. Usually the red handkerchief is an indication that they are socialists communist orientation. And we know there's a long affiliation with unionism, craft unionism, labor unions, and socialist groups. I thought it was just from people getting a sunburn on their neck around the South when they, out in the sun. But well, who knows? But yeah, I know they had even terrorists out there, terrorists killing coal mining company people. You say Irish, the Molly Maguires. Well, that would make sense because they had a problem with that in Ireland with terrorists saying, "Hey, we don't like the British. We're going to set off bombs." Well, I mean, they're going to let you go independent anyway. I mean, but let's get off of that. I wish I could find the Henry McKenna. Well, we'll make it happen at some point. No rush. Yeah, I would like to make it happen fast, sooner than later. But anyway, it's got to be the McKenna. It's got to be to me. The Henry McKenna tastes better. Now the George Dickel, like I said, I paid $7.99 for the bottle. Is that the normal price for a liter of this stuff? Are you kidding me? The normal price would be like $20-something for a liter. I'm not talking about the $7.50. So the normal price would be, let's say you find it for $23. You might find it for $23 if you found a liter, not $7.99. But even though it's higher price, it doesn't taste as good. I don't know what if George Dickel. Some people love George Dickel. Okay, they love it, and I don't dislike it. Honestly, it just tastes strange. I don't think a whiskey should taste like a Flintstones vitamin. The way it performed against Blanton's, whoa, it's got to be good. I know I was shocked. I was embarrassed, really, because I thought people would make fun of me and think I had no sense. How does Henry McKenna stack up against Evan Williams' Green Label? Well, I haven't done a taste challenge, but from memory, it'll be a tie. I ought to go buy some more of that Evan Williams Green Label. I can get it for cheap, but I don't know. I got so much bourbon. It's just like a hamster in a wheel. Like you don't get anywhere. Like it's people always saying, try this, try that, try this, try that, try this, try that, try this, try that, try this, try that. I was like, I'm overwhelmed. I cannot try everything. I cannot. It's the same with beer. Oh, you got to get the New Belgium Vis, the V12, the New Belgium Exponent variant, New Belgium got a different variant ale about every week. All right. And I've tried so many New Belgium beers in the last 10 years. Well, I didn't like the Ranger. Those were kind of nasty, but the Voodoo Ranger is much better to me. And they're not really that different one from the other. It's like, oh, this is a little different than the other one. That's a little different than the other one. That's a little different than the other one. So it's like, well, I don't really want to just keep trying all of them. Try. And it's like, well, it's kind of the same. 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 Now you might say, well, you scored a 93. You scored a 94. The worst one you gave a 92. I know. I didn't say we're bad. I said they were all the same. An A, an A, an A, an A minus, an A, an A, an A minus, an A, a B plus, an A, an A, an A. And then the flavor's not that different. So, I mean, yeah, Evan Williams' Green Label review was awesome. I remember that one. I quite enjoyed it. I'm glad you liked it. All right, time to call. Call it. This is the George Dickel. Haha. And that's the Heaven McKenna. Heaven Hill, the Henry McKenna, because it says HM on the label. I was careful when I poured it this time. Have I made mistakes where I poured the whiskey in the wrong glass before? Yeah, because I wasn't paying attention. Like I was talking and I'm absent-minded, It's like I can name every country in Africa. Like you give me a blank map of Africa, I can name every country, but then I can't remember where I put my glasses. Like, oh, what happened? What did I do? Oh, I did drink that beer once. Like it's like, duh, you didn't know you drank some common beer. Oh yeah, I forgot. Like it's like my brain only works partly correct. So, but it's probably true for everybody. So, like I say. Trivial things like naming every British monarch since Henry VII, I can do that. But things that I probably should remember, I can't. You were absent-minded fool. Just kidding. Hey, who you calling a fool? What is your overall flavor profile for Henry McKenna? Okay, I got to go watch the news. I told y'all it's vanilla, oak, charred, vanilla, charred oak, nectar, and sugar water. It's actually kind of basic, but then most bourbons I try are kind of basic. I don't care what the price. You say, oh no, that's $80. I paid $100 for Blanton's. Okay, well then you got ripped off because we can get it in Louisiana for $59 plus tax, $59.50 plus tax, and I wouldn't pay. I would never dream of paying that kind of money for it. I don't think it's that fabulous. It's nice. I like it, but because it's got a horsey on it, I'm gonna pay all that. Thanks, Jay. Enjoy your Sunday. Okay, y'all too. Go and watch the news. Thanks, everybody.